What's up, fam? Y'all better buckle in because today's tea is hotter than a California heat wave, and it's all coming straight out of the Los Angeles courtrooms. We're talking about none other than Cardi B. Yep, Miss Ochre herself, and the drama that's been playing out between her and a security guard named Emani Ellis. And let me tell you, this is not just some small little argument. Nah, this has turned into a full-blown courtroom showdown with wild claims, emotional testimonies, and two completely different stories that don't match up at all. And you already know when Cardi's name is involved, the world is paying attention. So here's the deal, fam. Cardi B had to take the witness stand in LA for a civil trial. This whole thing goes back to an incident from way back in 2018, and the way it's unfolding now, it's messy. According to Emani Ellis, who at the time worked as a security guard, Cardi straight up lost it on her. We're talking about allegations of spitting, scratching, swinging, basically turning what should have been a regular day at a Beverly Hills medical office into a full-on reality show fight scene. Emani filed her lawsuit against Cardi in 2020, saying all this went down. And now, in 2025, it's finally playing out in court. But here's the twist. Cardi is standing 10 toes down on her version of the story, and she's not backing off. She says it wasn't some wild fight at all, no fists flying, no spit, no slurs. To her, this was about her privacy being invaded when she was pregnant and already dealing with a lot. So what's real? Did Cardi really swing on this security guard, or is this all one big exaggeration? Let's rewind and break it down because once you hear both sides, you'll see why this case has the internet arguing like it's Twitter in 2018 again. All right, picture this. It's 2018. Cardi's 4 months pregnant with her first child, Culture, but she hasn't told the public yet. She goes to her obstetrician in Beverly Hills. You know, routine checkups, nothing crazy. But when she leaves the office, she notices something weird. Behind her is this security guard, Emani Ellis. And instead of protecting her space like security is supposed to do, Cardi says Emani was literally recording her on her phone. Huh? Why would a security guard be recording the very person they're supposed to protect? Now, Cardi told the court exactly how this went down. She said, "I turn around again and I'm like, why are you following me?" She's like, "'Cause I can." It's like, no, you can't. Ain't you supposed to be security? And according to Cardi, that was it. Just a heated exchange, some back and forth words, but absolutely no physical contact. She made it crystal clear. She didn't hit me, I didn't hit her. There was no touch. So to me, it wasn't no incident. Okay, so that's Cardi's side. But before you say case closed, hold on, because Imani's side is a whole different story. She claims Cardi came at her aggressively, that she threw a punch, spat in her direction, and even cut her cheek with one of those famous long nails. Y'all know how sharp Cardi's nails can be, right? Imagine that across your cheek. That's what Emani says happened. And to top it off, she claims Cardi insulted her by calling her big and even dropped racial slurs during the altercation. Now, that's a whole different picture from Cardi's calm, no-touching story. So which one's real? Let's talk about courtroom vibes for a sec. Cardi didn't just show up, she showed out. Y'all know Cardi doesn't half-step when it comes to appearances. She came in rocking a gray tweed two-piece with fringe details, giving straight boss vibes, and those iconic, voluminous blonde curls framing her face like she just walked off a magazine cover. She looked calm, collected, and ready to shut down the claims. When the lawyer asked her point blank,
"She didn't hit me, I didn't hit her. There was no touch. So to me, it wasn't no incident."
Was there spitting?
Absolutely not.
Did you spit on Miss Ellis?
No.
Did you call her the N-word?
No.
What is your background? Are you Hispanic, white, something else? Okay.
My background?
Yes. Have you ever used the N-word with Miss Emani Ellis?
No.
Did you try to take a swing at her?
No.
When you say there was a verbal altercation,
Yes.
do you know what the word altercation means?
Like a conflict.
So there you have it. Cardi's denials couldn't be clearer. She's standing firm that none of that stuff went down. But fam, here's where the hook hits again. Because the day before Cardi testified, Emani was on the stand telling her own story, and it sounded nothing like Cardi's. She told the court Cardi was sticking her tongue out and flailing her arms up and down, jumping up and down, basically acting all wild. Emani swore Cardi was body-shaming her and dropping slurs during the confrontation. And here's where things really get people debating. Some eyewitnesses stepped in with their own version. People who were around that day said the whole situation started because Emani was trying to film Cardi without her consent. When Cardi noticed and told her to stop, the energy got tense. But according to these witnesses, it never turned physical. No slapping, no scratching, no spitting, none of that. They said the words were sharp, but the situation didn't go as far as Emani claims. In fact, one of the staff members had to separate them, but the witnesses said they didn't hear any racial slurs either. So now, fam, we've got Cardi's story, Emani's story, and eyewitness accounts that kind of back Cardi's side. Which one do you believe? Oh, but the lawsuit doesn't end there. Nope, it goes even deeper. Emani claims Cardi used her celebrity clout to get her fired from her security job after the incident. That's a serious accusation, because if true, it means Cardi didn't just argue with her. She allegedly ended her career. Cardi's legal team, though, says, hold up, that's not what happened. They claim the doctor's office itself fired Emani because she violated Cardi's privacy. And Cardi just told the office to handle it however they saw fit. So, again, two completely different spins on the same event. Now remember, this isn't a criminal trial. Nobody's going to jail over this. This is civil court, so it's about money and damages. Emani is suing Cardi for assault, battery, and emotional distress. Meanwhile, Cardi's team is saying, this was nothing but words. It didn't cross the line into physical territory. And you know what that means? This jury's job is to decide whose story feels more believable. And y'all, let's not forget the context here. Cardi was 4 months pregnant when this went down. Imagine you're pregnant, you haven't announced it to the world yet, you're trying to keep things private, and suddenly a security guard is trailing you with their phone camera out. That's bound to make anyone feel on edge, let alone someone like Cardi who has paparazzi on her case 24/7. So now we're left with this giant he said, she said situation, and it's driving social media wild. Some fans are saying Cardi would never risk her career or her baby's safety by getting physical in a doctor's office. Others are convinced that Cardi's temper might have gotten the best of her that day. And honestly, fam, this is why this case is so interesting. It's not just about what did or didn't happen. It's about perception. Cardi's image is loud, fiery, unapologetic. So for some people, it's easy to believe she might lash out. But for others, the fact that eyewitnesses back her up makes Emani's story feel shaky. So, fam, here's the big question for y'all. Do you think Cardi is keeping it 100% real and that this was nothing but an argument about privacy? Or do you think Emani's claims about scratches, spit, and slurs hold weight? And where do the eyewitness accounts fit into all this? This case is still ongoing, which means we're going to hear more from both sides as it plays out. And you already know, as soon as there's a new update, I got y'all covered with the latest tea. Do not forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on that bell so you don't miss when I spill the next tea. See you in the suggested video.